Another Corona diary entry, and last night I realised that I've now done 4 weeks in isolation. So yesterday saw a change in the stress. If you saw yesterday's video, you will see that there was issues with people racing around in cars and me talking about there being screeches and worrying that there's going to be a big crash. Now, I wasn't exaggerating. These screeches were something I'd never come across before. I grew up on a council estate, and although I've seen boys and lads messing around with motorbikes and cars, I've never ever heard anything so bad with a vehicle ever till this point. And yesterday the police arrived, which was great. So I was recording and I heard a car go past my home a bit too quick, and I don't think it was the same people, or I didn't think anything of it. And then when I stood up, I spotted a police car very close by, and they'd stopped a vehicle. Well, as I saw and noticed this, a second car pulled up, a police car, and so there was 4 police officers. So yeah, it appears that a driver had been dealt with. One of the police cars did leave probably 2/3 of the way into the time out there, and it was a good hour or more. And although that police car disappeared, it was patrolling, so I kept seeing it go round, and this is the first time in 4 weeks that I'd even seen a police car, so I was really pleased to think that I'm guessing someone must have reported the incident the day before, and I wasn't the only one that was a bit distressed by it. That's all I can imagine, really, because I hadn't seen any police up until that point, and already just before I put the camera on today, I've seen another police car go past. So today I feel a little less stressed. There hasn't been any more problems since yesterday afternoon with cars, and I'm not sure if there will be. Perhaps it wasn't anything to do with those people, but maybe it's enough for people local. So it may well be that gossip has spread and the people that were messing around have now stopped because the words got round. My daughter is now unwell, but it's not coronavirus related, it's just girly troubles, so everyone's fine other than that. Yesterday felt like a good point to talk to the children. We don't on a daily basis talk to the children about the news, but we felt it was time to speak to them about where we're at, what's going on with things. Just brief them on what's been going on with the news and what to expect in the coming weeks or months, because we'd heard about the second wave of infection they're thinking that's going to happen in Wuhan, and where we're at as a country. Obviously this week they need to revise lockdown, whether it's going to continue or be lifted, so it was a good time to talk to the children. They were okay. One of my daughters had a bit of a tear. She's used to being at college, at work, or visiting her boyfriends a lot, so it's hit her quite hard because she spends a lot of time out of the home, so she's really struggling with being in the home. So she had a bit of a tear, but other than that, I feel the children have done very well, and we made sure we let them know that. We told them how proud we are of them all. They've done an incredible job considering. So yeah, overall, everything's good. So I'm just going to crack on with the news and let you know what else is going on. So the death toll stood at 11,329, and according to my notes, the government does not expect to relax or lift the coronavirus lockdown later this week, which is something that Dominic Raab had said. A nurse who was singled out by Boris Johnson for helping save his life should be given a medal, according to another patient she treated. By all accounts, she's an exceptional nurse. So, more news on Boris Johnson was that he tested negative for coronavirus before leaving the hospital for his country retreat and is now focused on his recovery. Too right, he needs to be okay. He can't go back to duties unless he's 100% really. He needs to be strong going back to work. The government has fallen well short of the number of ventilators it planned to immediately add to the UK stocks to treat coronavirus patients. I noted that they wanted to supply 1,500 within the week, and there was 200. That doesn't even come close. Really doesn't come close. A total of 92 care homes have reported outbreaks of the coronavirus in the last 24 hours, England's chief medical officer has said. So this is just in England. That is awful. And I know that in care homes, unfortunately, what I have seen on numerous occasions, as you will know if you're watching this regularly, is that unfortunately when somebody gets it in a care home, it appears that there's several deaths very close together. So it's just spreading around care homes very, very quickly, and there's a lot of fatalities very, very quickly, which is a very, very, very sad, upsetting bit of news. Patients with COVID-19 have suffered strokes and other neurological symptoms, according to the first scientific study to analyse the effects of the disease on the brain. Now, this is a report that's come from Wuhan, if I remember correctly. It's not a UK study, so who's to say that that's the same with patients in the UK? They have said that it presents differently in different people in different countries. All around the world it's different, so who knows? Last bit of news is doctors in the UK say they're increasingly frustrated the government has yet to approve trials for plasma therapy to help treat coronavirus patients. I can quite imagine so, and it frustrates me reading it. So plasma therapy is where they extract plasma from patients that have just recovered from the coronavirus, and then they give it to patients that are currently battling, in the hopes that it will help their bodies to recover and fight the virus. So that is the idea. Many countries have already started this. Many countries. I read a list, and we're not doing so yet. So I can appreciate the frustration. However, it needs to be dealt with in the appropriate manner. And let's always remember, even when we're frustrated about things, I'm sure there is a very good reason as to why things aren't happening or as quickly or efficiently as one would feel it should be. I think the reason is, I think it's easy for people to become frustrated because they're scared without thinking about things logically and giving people the benefit of the doubt. We all have to accept that sometimes we can't have everything. Sometimes we can't have things at a click of a finger. We do have to remember that people are working flat out to make sure that people are safe and that people can have vaccinations. They are doing their best, no matter what that is. So thank you everybody for your lovely comments, wishing us well. It's been amazing. I do appreciate all of the clapping emojis that I've spotted. I do apologise that I haven't got around to the comments at the moment. Although I'm in isolation, my days are going so quickly because I read, I make videos, I make corona diaries, I have to make time to go and sit in my garden, I have to make time to use my phone to speak to my family. Every day vanishes. There is so much happening. So to anybody that sent me a message, I really do appreciate them all. And yeah, it does keep my spirits up. I will get around to replying to them all. I like to reply to every message I do receive, and I will get around to them as soon as I can. So please accept my apologies. I haven't forgotten you, and I will be getting around to it. I just haven't really had the time at the moment to catch up with it like I thought I might be able to. So please do bear that in mind. Please don't forget to leave the clapping emoji underneath this video. As always, take care of yourselves, stay safe, and we'll have an update tomorrow.